We have fabric shears. These are very sharp scissors, and what's unique about them is they have this nice flat edge, so when you're cutting, your fabric will cut very nicely. We have a rotary cutter, which is used for the same exact thing, cutting fabric. I actually prefer the rotary cutter to the fabric scissors. To use them, you also need a nice cutting mat, and you use it exactly like you do a pizza wheel. The nice thing about it is that, unlike scissors, you don't have to open and close, and you get a nice smooth finish. Speaking of scissors, you will also need normal scissors. These are just basic, any kind of scissor. You just use these to cut out your pattern pieces, which are usually made of paper. Please never use your fabric scissors to cut anything but fabric. It will dull them. We will also need thread and bobbin thread. Let me explain the bobbin real quick. This little guy comes with your machine. It's just a little spool. It's usually clear or metal. Buy a lot of them because you will need as many colors as your thread. And the thread is, you'll probably want rainbows of it, or just basic black and white to start. You will need a pencil used for marking. Pencil comes out in the wash, which is ideal for sewing fabric for when you're sewing clothes. You will also use your eraser edge to poke out corners, which I will show you in one of our projects. Pins are extremely necessary when sewing. I like this long kind. This is 1 3/4 inch pin. They're used for holding your fabric together while you sew it. We have snips, very sharp little guys. These cut all the loose threads. And your seam ripper, which is also known as your best friend. Think of your seam ripper as your undo, your Control Z. It basically helps erase any mistakes you have made and allows you to start over. This is a seam ruler or seam gauge. We use this. It's very convenient for hemming. This little blue guy goes up and down, and you can use it to mark a hem and make sure all your lines are even. It's not necessary, but it's nice to have. We have our measuring tape. Wear it around your neck for style points, and you just use it to measure. We also have a grid ruler used for measuring. I'm going to hold it up to our fancy camera here. Here we have, notice how it has tons of markings all over it. Those are awesome for, you put it over your fabric and then you can actually see where your fabric is, where your ruler is. And last we have pinking shears. They have a nice jagged edge and help your fabric not fray when you're cutting. Pinking shears are a must. All right, well that sums up our tools. Now let's get started and learn how to use that sewing machine. I've got my sewing machine here and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Let me just show you a few of the basics.